well, it's 5:01. We might have other people joining us, but we wanted to make this a quick meeting, so we're going to start on time. So I'm going to call the meeting to order. I'm going to do a roll call for attendance. Please stay here verbally. Bill Boudry.
Present.
Sarah Fowler.
Here.
Maureen Hickey. Looks like she just joined. So
Here.
Okay, great. Matt Lowry.
Here.
Harold Mateo.
Here.
Mike McLean. Nope. Absent. Gail Siebert present. Paula Thompson. Absent. And Charles Tukotsky.
Here.
Very good. Okay, we have a quorum, so we can move to the first item on the agenda. Oh, good Lord. The agenda of the Renters Choice Program. We covered this a little bit in the last meeting. There was a number of absences. So I think Sam's gonna fill us in again on what that was.
Yeah, I actually should have backed up, and last time I should have asked, would you like me to look into a program or which has kind of a variety of mixed amount of information out there, or would you like me to see if there's the potential of us applying for a grant on this round to try to continue the program? I mean, we aren't out of funds yet, but I can start researching. That's another option versus trying a different, looking at a different program.
Okay. I would definitely think that it would be a good idea based on the response to the RAP program that, yeah, I mean, if we can get more money from the state to help assist people to move into Wakefield, we should do that.
Is that an onerous task?
Applying for a grant?
Yeah.
It can be.
Well, no, I don't know. I'm curious. Is it, is this?
Yeah, I mean, I have all of the research from the program, so putting it together is just a matter of making a kind of logical, argumentative, persuasive essay, essentially. It's entirely feasible. There are a couple of different ones I had seen recently. And I can actually work on kind of putting together a list of things that I can, different grants that I can look into, and then we can pick one or two maybe to have me look into more seriously and see what we could do moving forward. And it may not be this.
What kind of money is possible and what you know?
It depends on what grant we're looking at. We have only spent, I want to say it's about $18,000 so far, 18 or 20,000. So we have a lot of, a good amount of funds remaining. So it's not an urgent matter, but it's part of why I brought the housing choice program potential up. So it's just, so you know, 23,000 have been dispersed. So we still have over 170,000 left. So there's still plenty of funds left in there to help out potential new residents in the area. But again, the grant would depend on kind of what the program is. The amount would depend on what the grant is that we're looking at, whatever that program is. And then of course we could ask for 50,000 and they could give us 25. There's a whole bunch of different factors that go into it. But I'm happy to start looking at it. It has so far been a very successful program. It has a very low barrier. There's a lot, I mean, other than putting the application together, which most of the stuff they already have anyway for filing for their either affordable units or housing choice vouchers. It's again been working pretty well. So I have no problem continuing that and looking into some grants rather than trying to look at an entirely different program.
What's your sense of the awareness of the program at large? Do people know about it, or what? I'm just curious what your thoughts are. This is newish.
Yeah. So we've had members of the public who have gotten information from our email or online, because we publish things on Facebook as well, and our email newsletter, as well as it was in the newspaper when it was first released, and has been periodically, I believe, shared with them. Whether or not they run it is the story is up to them. And we've shared it with WCAT, I know that the Wakefield Housing Authority also has been sharing information about it with their the public that comes in that they interact with. And we've also been talking to all of the affordable unit lotteries that are coming up. So there's a fair amount of information, and we keep trying to share it regularly. It goes out in our newsletters. I'm trying to post it, or have the communications director post it every month or every other month. So I don't want to inundate people with it. But I do want to make sure that we're continuously putting it out there. So I feel like, because we've gotten people from a variety of different places, I feel like there is a decent amount of kind of information that's been spread out to the public, and we'll continue to do that. I'm going to try to look at some other organizations and try to also make sure that the lotteries that are going out, that it is noted in the lottery information somewhere, somehow, that the town has this program and you need to follow up with them, but there is a program that could potentially help, because that's another avenue right now that's not added. It will also be, once we the Metro North Regional Housing Services Office website gets updated as we're working through getting a new consultant, that will be on the website as well. So it's in a variety of places. I am trying to put it out. I think that because we've had such a wide variety, we have pretty good awareness. It can always be more. And I may make some flyers, especially as these lottery units are coming up, and put some try to see if the library will take some. They're already up in City Hall, or in Town Hall, the lobby, vestibule downstairs, and possibly see if
Sam, that's good.
Yes.
That's good.
Okay.
Thank you very much for.
Okay, any other comments on item number 3? So at this point, to summarize, we will table the Renter's Choice Program and look toward some grants to continue the RAT program we have now, with some follow-up later in the year with places that we can tap for some money. Agreed? Okay, to item number 4, the American Rescue Plan Act, ARPA quarterly report. So Sam had sent out the quarterly report. I do have, not really questions, because it's just, I think, a matter of timing, that we have 200,000. We physically have spent $6,150 by how I'm reading this. But as of today, we have committed around 23,000 and change. So, less I'm assuming that would include the 6,150 of.
Yeah, so the report is for a specific fiscal quarter.
Yeah.
So up through that particular fiscal quarter, those were the funds that had been dispersed, not what's been awarded. Or approved, or whatever terminology you want to use. So it's what's actually been dispersed and paid out. That's why there were the receipts with it.
Okay. Is there a possibility at each meeting that we could get, I don't know if we really want to have the people's names that are getting the awards, but even if it's just, family 1, whatever, 3 people, they got this, and just so we have a list of what's committed, or some dates or something. I'm sure you already have a spreadsheet out there.
Yeah, sure. I can
just so we can see what's being committed, and how often people are coming in, and so it would be based on the fact, it'll be based on when I sign. It would be approved when I sign those letters. So based on those letters that I'm signing. So people, you're just starting to talk to them now, they wouldn't count until they get the letter that says we've committed funds to them. That way we'll just have an ongoing number, even though we haven't physically spent the cash yet. Sort of a contingent liability kind of thing.
Yep, I can do that.
Gail, the town administrator has his hand up.
What's that?
Steve has his hand up.
Oh, I'm sorry, Steve.
That's quite all right. I was going to say
right
that the this is set up and it's based upon a best practice from the U.S. Treasury form. It kind of is their form. And I was going to say that this shows funds actually dispersed through December 31st, which is just when this whole program came in its infancy. So, you know, this is what, 6150, but I think it's pretty impressive that for the second quarter, or the second report for this, there's been like over 17,000, around 17,000, and we're just, you know, halfway through. So that's pretty good. I like the trend in the numbers. So kudos to you guys and Sam for getting the word out there. And we have a lot of new units coming on board right now. And I tell you, I think the best deal in town is the lottery at the Renly buildings. Renly, which is the building on Foundry Street, those condos, affordable unit, what, 240,000, Sam, for a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom?
I don't know the exact
Or whatever
numbers.
it is.
I think it's just over that, but they're under 300. They're between
Under
250 and
300 in a
300.
building that other units are selling for $1 million. So if you know anybody that qualifies, get them in the lottery. I wish one of my kids did.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting, Steve. One of my kids he doesn't have enough money to qualify for the mortgage, but the other one has the income matches, but he's got too much in assets.
Oh,
We looked at it.
you need a planner. Figure out how to move this around.
I know. Okay, so do we need to vote on this? Is there any other questions on the numbers? I'm assuming we have to vote on this. Is that correct?
Yeah.
The ARPA report?
I think the vote should be to authorize the chair to sign, and then the town council will receive it at their next meeting, hopefully.
Sam, did you have any other comments on this?
Oh, no, I can talk about it later. It was just for the Renly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you have information that could help, my poor son, that would be awesome. So what we want to move is we need a motion that I can sign this so we can get this out, our quarterly report.
So move.
Second,
Second,
do we need to take a vote? Do we vote? Okay. So the motion is to allow the chair to sign the 12/31/2024 ARPA report. I'll do an attendance vote. Starting with myself, Gail Siebert is yes. Bill Boudry,
Yes.
Sarah Fowler,
yes.
Matt Lowry,
Yes.
Charlie Chotsky, Maureen Hickey,
Yes.
and Harold Mateo.
Yes.
Harold, okay, super. All right, that was quick.
Yes.
The next is the approval of the minutes. So the minutes were sent out. Let's start with the December 11th minutes. Does anybody have any comments on those?
I'll move approval of those minutes.
Second?
Second,
Okay. Attendance roll will be Gail Siebert, yes. Bill Boudry,
Yes.
Sarah Fowler,
yes.
Matt Lowry,
Yes.
Charlie Tukotsky,
Yes.
Maureen Hickey,
Yes.
Harold Mateo.
Yes.
Okay. I see that Mike McLean just joined.
Yeah, sorry, I'm late.
That's okay. That's okay. We just voted, had a vote on the December 11th minutes.
That's fine. I don't have to vote on
Okay.
those.
Nope, we're good. So those have been, so the December 11th minutes have been approved and voted on by the board. The next are the January 29th minutes. Does anybody have any questions on those?
Move to
I have
accept.
one.
Oh,
Oh.
sorry.
No, we can move to, you can move it first. Go ahead, Bill.
Okay, move to accept. Sorry.
And I'll second that. And I do have a question. This maybe Steve and Mike can answer this. And I had the same question at another meeting. So because we're remote, we've been instructed to do roll call voting. should it be recorded as roll call voting in the minutes? And sometimes it's just recorded as, all in favor or 5-0. Does it need to be recorded as roll call? It's just like a formality question.
Yeah, I believe if we say it's roll call, unless there's people abstaining, if there's people abstaining or opposed, or if it's not a unanimous vote, then those need to be explicitly spelled out, I believe. But Steve, I
But
defer
if
to
it's
you.
unanimous,
Otherwise, I
we can
look it
say
up.
unanimous by roll call. I've looked at the guidebook. It doesn't really spell it
Yeah.
out, but
I
I just,
gotta say, you bring up a good point, and maybe it's better practice to say.
everyone will be
unanimous
cursing
by
me on every
roll call,
committee.
Even though I think I just say so voted, even though it's done by roll call and the ones that I'm, on the finance committee, so maybe I'll change that, even though they could look to the tape. The way the world
They
is
could.
today, better be safe than sorry.
Well, right, I didn't know if maybe, town council had an issue, an
No,
opinion on that.
I've never asked him that question. I know we have to take the roll call. If even one person, if you were in person and one person. So I would say, yeah, why not? By roll call, put it explicitly in the minutes. What do you think,
Sorry.
Mike?
I think Sherry does say if it's a roll call vote.
There are times on executive session, yes, or in a bonding, but I'm not so sure. Does she do it on if just one person's on? And I don't remember.
That's a level of detail that I'm not going to be able to help you with. I'm sorry.
It's probably
Well,
safer.
actually, Sam does, like, in the adjournment, she has roll call vote 5-0, so.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
I just
That's
didn't
perfect.
know if you say roll call, do you have to then just, list I just don't know.
No, you don't have to list people. No.
I
You don't,
believe,
okay,
I believe
good.
if people are abstaining or opposed, then you would need to
Then
spell
you-
out
then you list
numbers.
Okay.
But because they're unanimous, but I will, just to err on the side of caution, I will email our town council. It's just a quick email.
Right.
And see if he has any commentary on it and get back to you for the next meeting too.
Yeah, for all my meetings, just, I like the idea. I think the other meeting that I had, we didn't write roll call, all in favor. So maybe we're just missing that phrase, but
Okay, so with that, let's take a roll call to accept the minutes for January 29th, 2025, starting with myself, Gail Sievert, yes. Bill Boudry,
Yes,
Matt Lowry,
Abstain. I was not here.
right? Charlie Tukotsky,
Yes.
Maureen Hickey,
yes,
Mike McLean,
Yes.
Sarah Fowler,
Abstain. I was absent.
Harold Mateo.
Same, abstain.
Okay, next on the agenda is any committee comments? Does anybody have any comments? This was specifically a short meeting just because we wanted to get these minutes out of the way, so. Anybody have any comments? Okay, we'll try to pick a next meeting date. Sometime the last 2 weeks in March. Does anybody have, we just put a poll out there and see what people think? Any ideas, any comments?
I like this time.
The
The 5
5 p.m.
o'clock.
That is
Well,
good.
I don't know if others do, but I like this.
'Cause I can make it work.
Let Sam get a little bit of her life back and Steve.
This isn't one of the meetings that you are good about continuing on through the agenda, so the meeting isn't actually too bad. But so the dates then, if you do want to consider 5 p.m., the dates, just so everybody is aware, would be March 19th or March 26th. That's the 3rd or 4th week of March.
Either.
And those are Wednesdays.
Oh, I love Wednesday. Better. Like either Wednesday. or Friday.
Sarah and I probably can't do the 26th.
Mm.
But the 19th I could do.
19th is good.
Yeah, let's just put down the 19th at 5.
Okay, I will email and email that out. And if there's any issues with getting a quorum, I'll let you know. But as for right now, I'll plan on, we can plan on March 19th at 5 p.m. for the next meeting.
Okay, great. Any other comments? And you have a very pretty girl in the background, Sam.
Yes, I have my intern back here.
Okay, that's good. Good for the work. Any other comments? Can we
Not
vote
today.
to adjourn?
So move.
Second,
I'll second. We'll keep it the
Okay.
same.
roll call for adjournment. Gail Siebert, yes. Bill Boudry,
Yes.
Matt Lowry,
Yes.
Charlie Totsky,
Yes.
Maureen Hickey,
Yes.
Mike McLean,
Yes.
Sarah Fowler, sorry,
Yes.
Harold Mateo.
Yes.
Yay, it was a solid 22 minutes. There you go, Bill. It's all for you.
Nice job, Madam
done.
Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right, we'll
you.
see you next month.
Yeah.
Good night.